opportunity to top off those beverages for the toasts, because it is now time for the toasts. So starting it off is going to be the lovely matron of honor and Chloe's sister. Let's hear from Miss Claire Yancey.
Good evening, everyone. You know, not a lot of people can say that they have one of the smartest, most beautiful, caring sister in the world. But Chloe, I am so glad that you can say that. You're really lucky. Hi, my name is Claire. I'm the matron of honor for today and Chloe's little sister. Thank you all for coming. I think we can all agree that Tommy and Chloe have this ability to make connections and create these meaningful friendships with people. And I think it's very apparent, given how many of you have traveled near and far to celebrate these two this weekend. So, cheers to you all. And cheers to my parents, Tommy's parents, and all those that have helped make this beautiful event possible. Cheers. So, Chloe and I met in 1998 when I came crashing into her only child, perfect world, and that pretty much set the tone for the rest of our sisterhood. We look and act like two different people, and being 4 years apart, we fought exactly like you'd think sisters would fight. Over clothes, who got the front seat, who spilled nail polish remover and ruined the kitchen table. And being the baby sister, I typically won every argument, except who spilled nail polish remover. That one was me. But despite the arguments, growing up, I always wanted to be like Chloe. I wore her jeans that were too big on me and tied them back with a hair tie. I wore one of her soccer jerseys to her games just so we could match. And after I graduated college, I accepted a job in Fort Worth just because she lived there. Now that we're older, I strive to have her fun personality, her kindness, and her caringness for every single person in her life. She's the type of big sister that's always been there for me, no matter how difficult I might be. And she's the type of sister that has held my hand through every struggle, every loss, and every victory. And Tommy, I know she will do the same for you as your wife. So a couple years ago, Chloe and I were living together in Fort Worth, navigating a pandemic and being on lockdown, her getting a new dog, which Millie is Tommy's favorite. Her teaching me how to become a real adult. So she was going on a few dates here and there, until she mentioned one day that Tommy Torcellini messaged her on Instagram. I think one of his pickup lines was, "I remember you grocery shopping in Fisher's when I worked the meat counter in high school." So I guess you could say it worked. Tommy, what can I say? You're smart, sweet, funny, handsome, charming. Sorry, Tommy, I can't read your handwriting. From your obsession with 2000s rap to you spending $200 on chicken strips after the Tech OU game, I could not have asked for a better man to marry my big sister. You show her a love that can bring the darkness to light, and it's so apparent how much you adore her. I've never seen anyone that can make her smile as much as you do. You're also the only person I know that can speak Chloe, both literally and figuratively. If you know, you know, my SMU fans. While I know I'm excited to be gaining a brother, I know my dad is over the moon about finally having two sons he can hang out with and complain about our shopping problem. You complete our small little family, and given that you can handle losing to my mother in spades, I'd say you'll fit in well. As someone who has been on the receiving end of Chloe's love for almost 25 years, from my experience, when you face success, she will celebrate you. When you face loss, she will hold you. When you want an adventure, she will take you. And she'll always make space for laughter. I love you both, and today has been as amazing and beautiful as you two. And I know your marriage will be nothing short of the same. And since I haven't been married for long, and am probably not inclined to give you marriage advice, a few people have shared some with me. May you always keep that third person in the center of your marriage and lean on him in times of sorrow and in times of happiness. You may not feel joy every day, but make sure that when it's there, you do feel it. And finally, make sure to say I love you every day. With that, if everyone could raise their glass and join me in cheersing to the new Mr. and Mrs. Torcellini.
Thank you, Claire. Very nice, very nice. And now we get to hear from Chloe's best friend and her maid of honor. Let's hear it for Miss Andy Felderhoff.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Andy, and I'm honored to stand here as the maid of honor for my best friend, Chloe. Chloe and I have known each other for our entire lives, and as I went to write this speech, I was flooded with 28 years of memories. And I thought, how am I going to fit all of that into one little speech? And I could sit here all night and go down memory lane, but we have an open bar to get to, so I'll keep it short and sweet. From daycare to our awkward teenage years, to crazy college nights, and everything in between, you've always been the most constant rock and most supportive friend. We have shared countless memories and special moments together, and we even shared our first jobs as lifeguards, which really came in handy whenever Tommy almost drowned in Greece. We literally had to swim him back to the boat that day. But don't worry, we never had to perform CPR or anything. So back a couple years ago, whenever Chloe first told me she was going on a date with Tommy Torcellini, I thought, wow, that's kind of random, but okay, we'll see what happens. I asked how their first date went, and she was very nonchalant about it. So I never thought to ask about him again. Fast forward 3 months, and Chloe's yelling at me that I never asked about him again, but I didn't think it was even a thing. And she's screaming, no, I'm in love with the guy. I thought it was random. I went with it. She planned a night for us to meet. After several long conversations and a few fireball shots later, me and Tommy became fast friends. Since then, the three of us do pretty much everything together, and they're always happy to have me as a third wheel. I even tried to tag along on the honeymoon after this, but that's where Chloe draws the line. So, we have gone on several trips to Mexico, all the way to Greece, and we spend countless weekends just hanging out in Dallas, and every step of the way I've watched their love story unfold, and I have no doubt that they are perfect for each other. Tommy, you have brought so much joy and happiness into Chloe's life, and I am so grateful that you were so persistent into sliding into her Instagram DMs. All it took were a few flames on a couple cute pics, and Chloe was hooked. Chloe, we have pretty much gone through our entire lives together, but watching you and Tommy's love story unfold is probably my favorite chapter. He brings out the best in you, and I could not have asked for a better man for my best friend. May y'all's love continue to grow and flourish as you journey through life together. And I wish you both a lifetime of happiness, laughter, and love. And Tommy, in the words of your favorite rapper, if you had just one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Thanks for not letting Chloe slip. Cheers to the Torcellinis.
Thank you, Andy. All right, and lastly, we get to hear from Tommy's brother-in-law, best friend, and his best man, Mr. Clayton Trubenbach.
Let's go with plan B, all right? I don't want to sound too nervous or too excited, but this is the first time in 20 years that I've had the mic with no Torcellini speaking, so I've got a few things I've got to say first. Tom, I can't fit any more old cars in my driveway. Sandy, pecan pies only for Thanksgiving. Maybe Christmas. Taylor, still love you. Tommy, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you've ever wanted, one moment, would you capture it or would you just cinch it? Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on his SMU sweater, Sandy's spaghetti. Technically, that's Tommy and I's love language. We can all agree Tommy loves three things in life: his mother, Chloe, and Eminem. It's safe to say the Torcellini men love strong blondes. So happy to be known for introducing Tommy to such things as Eminem and Madden. Of course, Tommy is so bad at Madden, I decided to go to his high school and teach him real football. But that year, Tommy, he was a true inspiration for me, myself, and the team, how to overcome adversity. I got to watch him mature as a young man, become a leader among his peers. If you can't tell, you saw a whole football team of groomsmen behind him. You know, Tommy, one leg, crutches, never missed a morning of 6:30 a.m. weights just to get some abs. Let me tell you, Tommy and I have been brothers a lot longer than Taylor and I have been married. So I could tell you plenty of stories of life and death between him and I, but they're locked up tighter than a 1950s Disney movie. So I definitely can't tell you about 2014 getting stuck in the bayou, Bourbon Street, with no phones and nothing but a wrong address written on Tommy's arm. But we made it home. That was before Ubers too. Which definitely means I can't tell you about in 2009 getting taken hostage in a taxi cab in the Yucatan Peninsula. We weren't really going to jump out, but we were close. I mean, we were only hours from the resort. But I will tell you about in 2005. Wholesome story. Spain, 2005. First day we check into this resort hotel. First thing we notice is a little quarter-sized soft spot in the ceiling. We watched this thing grow for 3 days, 2 nights, this thing, until it blew up into like a billowing bedspread in the ceiling. And as 2 young, clean-cut, curious kids would do, we just had to touch it. And we did. and it flooded the whole room. I don't know if it was us or the loud waves crashing in the room, but Tom and Sandy came in hot. Mind you, we're on the last week of a 4-week family vacation that I don't know if I was there to save them or they sacrificed me. I don't know, but I'm still here. But so anyways, Sandy, she goes downstairs, storming downstairs in her best Spanish-Italian accent. Says, "Toda la noche, agua, agua, agua. Toda la noche, agua, agua." It took a strong woman to go downstairs and yell at a poor Spanish man after her 2 sons just flooded a room. But, moral of the story, it took a strong woman to go downstairs and do that. We may not always act like it, but we always need a strong woman behind each man. You know, I've never done any therapy or anything like that. But somebody once told me, she was a paid professional, but she said, being raised by 3 older sisters, I'll always know how to treat a woman. And I see Tom over there having 3 older sisters, and Tommy having 3 older sisters. I promise you, he'll always treat you right. So, hey, let's raise a glass. Give a special thanks to Tim and Christy, Tom and Sandy for such amazing, beautiful evening. And as Tom would say, hey, life is about memories. Can't wait to make some more. Beans.
Thank you, Clayton. All right, let's hear it for Yancy, Claire, and Clayton with the toast, ladies and gentlemen.